Recommendations of change of TCI's constitution by electoral and constitutional advisor Kate Sullivan was top talks yesterday, January 11th, at the Consultative Forum meeting, the first for the year. Tonight we'll hear from QC Carlos Simons, who makes his contribution.
I certainly have no issue with the broad statements of principle that form the background to these recommendations. I don't think anyone else has. But we cannot continue to focus on those issues to the exclusion of the welfare of the people for whom we are making these arrangements. And so it is tempting to conclude that the interim administration, by its very nature and by its mandate, is perhaps incapable of dealing with these bread and basket, bread and butter, breakfast table issues. And so that brings me back to the point that I made earlier, that it is in the best interest of the TCI that this constitution is settled as quick as possible.
QC Simons said he also had issues with recommendations 43 and 47.
Two other recommendations that I have problems with. I think it's recommendations 43 and recommendations 47, both of which deal with the inclusion in the Constitution of public financial management provisions. I simply think that this is going to be too unwieldy. We must remember that the Constitution is not TCI law, it will be British law. We will not be able to change it in this House of Assembly when we return to it. It will only be able to be changed by negotiation and agreement with HMG.
The fiery deputy leader of the People's Democratic Movement, Clarence Selver, shared his impassioned view.
I'm not in agreement with her recommendation that the size of the assembly be reduced to 15. I feel we need to have more persons in the House. More persons. Because if we are going to have the degree of accountability and transparency and integrity that we are pushing for now, we have to have sufficient knowledgeable persons on hand to form part of these committees to hold people to account. Because if you only have a few people, that could be frustrated either by persons not showing up to enable a quorum to take place, or some other things people could do. So I am not in agreement with the number of seats that would be in the House.